Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here. Fuck, dude. Yo, Sinbad is mad evil. I'm just sitting here, I'm like, yo, what? And I feel really bad for Kougyoku because out of all of the people in the Ren Empire, or I'm sorry, the Ko Empire, I feel like she is the most sincere, the most kind-hearted, the most honest person that they got. I mean, Hakue is good too, but I think Kougyoku, she seems so innocent. I mean, despite the fact that whenever she goes into her transformation state, she like flips a switch and then she goes like hardcore. But on average, when she's not transformed into her Jin-equipped state, when she's like her regular self, she's a very nice, charming person. And the fact that Sinbad is controlling her, Zepar, like, can we get an explanation here? Like, does that mean that every person that has heard the sound of Zepar, are they all under the control of Sinbad? Like, I don't know. Like, no, well, it can't be because no, he did tell Alibaba to cover his ears, but I think he still heard it. But I don't know, man. It's just crap. God, Sinbad. I mean, this ties into, I believe strongly that it ties into the reason why we saw Focalor and, like, you know, like, again, one of his 7 Jin-equipped transformation states, and it was halfway fallen. It was halfway into depravity. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, like, Sinbad's on something, like, I don't know, man. Like, I love this dude, but he just seems like massively evil right now. Like, his evil game just spiked. Like, he put on like the black coat and suit. Like, he's just evil as all hell right now. And I'm just worried because I like the lightning. I love the Barada. Sinbad's his magnitude is so great. His being is so stupendous. And he's always having like this shining light around, like this aura. His magnificence. But the thing about it is that I guess the brighter the light, the longer the shadow. And Sinbad, like, they're so, yo, dude, Sinbad, whoa. I'm just mind fucked right now. Like someone just took their cock and skull fucked me. I'm just trying to think, because we knew that there was something going on with Kougyoku. We already knew that. Because we could tell, because we could see from time to time that she would zone out and her eyes would change. That means that Sinbad was probably listening in on a lot of the Ko Empire affairs through her. Because there would be periods of time where she would either, well, I don't know if she would either blank or she would just hear the sound in her head. But I remember, I think it was after the incident with the Dark God, and I believe Sinbad was there. And I think he was talking to someone. I think he was talking to Cohen. And then Kougyoku's eyes like flash in the same stream that they are right now. So, because Sinbad did do something where he could, like, when he was listening in on Yunnan and Alibaba and Aladdin, he was controlling some bird, something. I forgot. Yeah, I think it was a bird. So this may be along the same lines. But in the case of that bird, you would think that it was like a regular bird, or maybe it was Sinbad's creation, I don't know. But in the case of Kougyoku, it's just the fact that she's such a sincere, kind person who has genuine intentions, who has overall a goal that would benefit everybody, and she does her best to support those that she cares about. And Sinbad is manipulating her, and I feel really bad for her. I feel super bad. So yeah, I mean, it's the whole, I guess it goes with the whole, like, the greater the light or the brighter the light, the longer, the darker the shadow. And Sinbad's shadow, it has to be long, man. It has to be real long, because this guy, I don't know, man. Like, halfway fallen, halfway in depravity. There has to be something going on here. There just has to be. Because right now he looks so evil. He looks so like Alibaba's sweat. I'm like, wait a second. Like, hold on. Like, this presence. You're not Kougyoku. He's like, yeah, how you doing, man? He's like, oh, Sinbad. And then you see her face, and she looks twisted, and she looks evil because Sinbad's controlling her. And what's very important to note is that she tells him this. He tells her, or Alibaba had the intention of telling Kougyoku of the whole deal that Kohen made for him. And I don't think she heard it because Sinbad, he was there. Like, he somehow knew that she was talking to Alibaba. Or, I'm sorry, he somehow knew that she was talking to Alibaba. And the thing about this is that he says, you go ahead and do that. It'll be really good for Shindoria. So what he's saying, after hearing what Alibaba just told him, Sinbad is saying, you know what, go ahead, join Kohen, it'll be really good for Shindoria. I bet you that Sinbad wants to make Alibaba into like a double agent, 007, alright, James Bond. And, I mean, he has the blonde hair going on anyway, so why not? But the thing about it is that Sinbad's schemes, they seem to be endless. Like, this guy's better than Eisen. He keeps on scheming. There's so much stuff with this dude. And you're like, bro, Sinbad. Like, when you first see Sinbad, you're thinking that he's an upfront, cool guy. Everything's A-okay. He's an honest dude. He's caring. He's loving. He's compassionate. And then, no, he's halfway fallen. He's controlling, kind-hearted, genuine, good-willed girls, and he is just like this puppeteer in the background, and very few people see what's going on. And yeah, like he's Flamingo, just controlling motherfuckers. Like, yeah. And it's Sinbad. That's throwing me off. It's Sinbad. Oh, this guy. This dude, man, he's crazy. I mean, now the chapter had something else really, really big, and that was apparently the Fanalis. And I don't know what's going on, because there has to be like some kind of like unique magic or magor or rook, something to do with the rook. That's actually something unique, where all of a sudden, where Mu crosses over, where Mu gets to that side of the Great Rift, he transforms. And the Fanalis have an origin body. They have their real body. When they're on this side, it's kind of like they're chained down. And when they're on the other side, they're free. They are their true selves. And they're like half human, half beast. And it's weird, but I do like it, because it explains why the Fanalis themselves, the Finalists, whatever you want to call them, why they're so good. Why they're so physically strong, why they're hand-to-hand, why their bodies are so honed. Because they're not real, like... Well, Mu said that we are not humans from this side. So maybe the Finalists are like the... I'm not gonna say the predominant humans on the other side, because we have no idea. But what I can say is that they're still human. Despite the fact that they look like half beast, they're still, in a sense, human. And the Finalists are not humans from this side. So why is it that when they go to the other side, or actually no, let me reverse it. Let's assume, because since we know that the origin, since we know that the real form of a Finalist is what we saw on the other side, we can assume that at some point in time, the Fanalis, and they crossed the Great Rift, and they went to the current side, the side that we're mostly on. So what is it about the construction of the Rook, where all of a sudden their powers are nerfed on this side? And then the Rook, like, either like the spell or the limitations disappear once they cross over. And Mu, the reason why, because again, like the whole Yunnan thing happened to him. The same thing with Morgiana, but we find out that Morgiana, she didn't actually go over to the other side. She took Yunnan's advice. Yeah, she took Yunnan's advice, and she stayed on this side of the Great Rift. But Mu said, to hell with it, I'm gonna go to the other side, I'm gonna see what's up. and he went to the other side, and that's when we have the whole transformation thing going on. But the thing here is that, like, what kind of spell, like, what kind of root construction would dictate that these certain people, that this certain group, would have their powers nerfed considerably the moment they reach, like, the current side of the world? Like, that's a whole concept that we need to start to comprehend here, because the Great Rift itself is a mystery, why it exists, and so on and so forth. And the fact that there's another side to it, and the finalists themselves are different when it comes to their structure, that has to be like, further explained, hopefully in the future. And it will be, probably. It's just that it's very fascinating. It really is. Now, I have a feeling that Morgiana herself is actually gonna somehow use this power. I don't know how, I don't know when, I just have a feeling. I have a gut feeling that Morgiana is somehow going to be able to harness the power of her true self and use that in combat, because she wants strength. She wants to become stronger to help those around her, to help those that she cares about. And the thing here is that it was highly recommended, I forgot by who, but it was highly recommended that she does not fully integrate with her Jin. Otherwise, she turns out like Dracon and a lot of Cohen's guys, where they can no longer be truly human. Where in which, if she, Morgiana, is able to utilize her true self, then she will gain a whole new form of power and still be human. So that's very intriguing. And the fact that Mu is foreshadowing a colossal war that will take place on this side of the Great Rift, because of the tension between the Rem Empire, the Ko Empire, the Seven Sea Alliance, Magnostad. They're still somehow in the game, even though they just lost Mogamet. And I mean, and I don't know if those are like all the countries in this side, but those are the most like predominant countries. And well, no, actually, there are other countries, because I remember, like, before they went on their journey separate way, they went to like this port city, and that was like its own unique country. But like the four major countries right now, or the four major powers, I should say, the four major powers right now are again the Ko Empire, the Rem Empire, Magnostad, and the Seven Sea Alliance, mainly Shindoria. So there may be like he's foreshadowing like this real, like, huge scale war that's gonna take place, and whether it's sooner than later, I'm not too sure. But what he wants to do is that he wants to talk to Kohen, and he knows that Sinbad's gonna find out about it. He knows that full well. But I think this may happen after the summit. After the summit, all this just may pop, and there may be like a huge battle for land to kill people and so on and so forth. And I have a strong feeling that Judar and Hakuryu are gonna play like a key role, and somehow the Ko Empire is gonna come on top, even over Sinbad and the Seven Sea Alliance. I have a feeling of that as well. If in fact there's gonna be like this massive war. But to find out that Mu and the other finalists, when they find out about the whole, transformation thing, like their real form, none of his boys went over to, none of his guys went over to the other side. They stayed here because they have a job to do in the Rem Empire. And Mu himself has inherited Shahrazad's will. Even though you would think that Titus would be like confirmed like the next new leader, I don't think it's coming out that way. I mean, he's like the newest Magi, but I forget if they made him like the new leader of the Rem Empire. And even if they did, there would still be a lot of distrust, or people not fully trusting him because of the fact that they're used to Shahrazad for the past like 200 years. So there's issues to be worked out in the Rem Empire as well. That's a fact. With that being said, this chapter, I thought it was an amazing chapter. I thought it was fuck it. Let's give it a yo. Let's give it a yo. Yeah, because like you just don't see this. You don't see this coming, bro. This chapter had two main things that you didn't see coming: the whole origin, the true form of the finalist, and Sinbad just once again just pulling out the stop for this guy. Like Zepar, I don't know, because Zepar, it's like a mini chibi like Jin equipped, and it has like a huge gut, and you would think that it was like not a big deal. It's a huge deal. It's a massive deal. Zepar is a threat. Sinbad's a threat. Of course he's a threat. He's a massive threat. Shit. I mean, he was the one, him and his boys were the ones who actually like, did like the KO move on like the great, I think it was them who came in there and they did like the KO move on like the Black God thing. And he came in there, blah, 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 and it was a huge lightning ball. And you're like, dude, holy crap, Sinbad. So I'm just saying, man, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because more doors are opening, which leads to more questions, a lot more questions. Hopefully we get information. Hopefully when they're talking, Alibaba, hopefully Sinbad explains, oh yeah, like by the way, you know. Oh, and also he's also saying, he's also promoting Alibaba marrying Kougyoku. But I don't think Alibaba would be I don't think he'd be, you know, down for the fact that she would be controlled every so often by Sinbad. I don't think he'd like that at all. If he's gonna marry Kougyoku, so imagine he's like having sex with Kougyoku, right? And all of a sudden, Sinbad hops in. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And Alibaba's like, like mid-thrust. That's not working out. No. I ain't working out, bro. You can't hop in mid-thrust. Then it's over. No. So the thing here is that there may be a request from Alibaba to say, you know what, alright, fine, I'll do this. I'll be your double agent, I'll be 007, I'll be James Bond, but you relinquish your control over Kougyoku. There's no way I'm gonna marry her, and you're gonna still control her. So he has to do something with Zepar, because Zepar, and he still has like 4 other Jin that he hasn't shown yet. He has 4 other Jin that he has not shown. Sinbad is just off the charts, dude. Alright. It's like, the scale is like 1 and 10, and he's at like 37. It's like, dude, like, why are you at 37? Like, why? Like, why are you that high up? And he's like, because I'm Sinbad. I'm an enigma. When I was born, everyone sensed me. And it was like, come on. Holy cow. Alright, man. The chaptering overall is amazing. I'm sorry, it's a yo. Yeah. And I will see you guys later. Be sure to, of course, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. Yeah, you know what? Once I do get my copyright strike removed, I'm going to do the next Hunter live stream. Then after that, I'm doing Magi right away. Because we need to talk. We, the fans, the readers of Magi, we need to talk. Because this is too much. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Peace. Have a nice day. Yo, okay, so some time has passed, and I'm taking a look at the chapter again. So go back, hold on, listen. Go back to the chapter, okay? And go back to around page 11 where you actually see like the true form of all the Fanalis. Look very carefully at the flying things. Like they're like these weird like flying things. And you see on the flying things, they're miniature people on like these weird flying creatures. Like these small little flying creatures. They're miniature people on those small flying creatures. What the fuck is going on here? So, like, we definitely need some type of clarity, some type of information given to us when it comes to the other side of the world, because this is crazy. Like, just look really closely. You will see, yeah, like, you will see these miniature people on top of these really small flying creatures. What? And like the Fanalis look like straight up giants in comparison to these people. What in the living hell is going on? Yo, okay. We're on some otherworldly shit right now. So yeah. So I'm done. I will see you guys later. Peace. Have a nice day.